Have you ever held a tiny seed in your hand? It feels so small, almost insignificant. It's hard to imagine that this little speck holds the potential for a towering tree, a beautiful flower, or a nourishing fruit. Well, what if I told you that every dollar you save is exactly like that seed? It's a seed for your future, a seed for your dreams. Think about it. A single dollar might not seem like much. You could easily spend it on a coffee or a snack without a second thought. But what happens when you choose to plant that dollar instead? What happens when you put it aside, intentionally, for a future you haven't met yet? That's when the magic begins. I want to tell you a story about a young woman named Maya. Maya worked at a local bookstore. She loved her job, surrounded by stories and the quiet hum of people lost in other worlds. But her pay was modest, and her dreams were big. She dreamed of traveling, of seeing the snow-capped mountains of Switzerland and the bustling markets of Marrakesh. To everyone around her, these dreams seemed impossibly far away. How could someone on a bookstore salary ever afford such grand adventures? Every payday, Maya felt the same temptation we all do. The lure of a new outfit, a fancy dinner, or the latest gadget. Her friends would often go out, and she'd feel a pang of wanting to join in on every single indulgence. But then, she'd remember her dream. She'd picture the mountains and the markets. So, she made a small, simple change. After paying her essential bills, she took just $10 from her paycheck. Just 10. She called it her seed money. She opened a separate savings account, nicknamed it the Dream Fund, and planted her first $10 seed. It looked a little lonely in there. $10 wasn't going to buy a plane ticket, but it wasn't about the amount. It was about the act. It was a promise she made to her future self. The next week, she did it again. Another $10. Then, she started looking for other seeds. The $5 she saved by bringing her lunch to work, that was a seed. The $20 she got from selling old books online, another seed. She started to see these small, seemingly insignificant amounts of money, not as sacrifices, but as seeds of potential. Each one was a tiny piece of her future journey. Months went by. Her dream fund started to grow. It wasn't a sudden explosion of wealth. It was a slow, steady, and beautiful process, like a plant pushing its way through the soil. $100 became $200. $200 became $500. As she watched the number grow, something incredible happened. It wasn't just her bank account that was changing. She was changing too. She became more creative, more resourceful. She learned to mend clothes instead of buying new ones. She discovered the joy of cooking at home and inviting friends over for a potluck instead of always eating out. She found free activities in her city, like hiking in local parks and attending free concerts. Her life didn't become smaller because she was saving. It became richer, more intentional. She was no longer just a passive consumer. She was an active creator of her own life. She started to learn about investing. She read books from the very store she worked at, learning how her seeds could not only grow, but also plant more seeds of their own through compound interest. She moved her dream fund into a simple, low-cost index fund. Now, her money wasn't just sitting there. It was working for her, day and night, quietly building her future while she was busy living her present. After a few years, Maya checked her account. The number she saw made her heart beat a little faster. The small, consistent act of planting those seeds had turned into a sum that could actually buy a plane ticket. And not just one. She had enough to spend 2 full weeks in Switzerland, hiking through the very mountains she had only seen in pictures. The day she booked her flight, she felt a sense of accomplishment that no impulse purchase had ever given her. It wasn't just about the money. It was about the discipline, the patience, and the belief in herself. She had nurtured her dream from a tiny seed into a beautiful reality. When she stood on that Swiss mountain, breathing in the crisp, clean air, she thought about the journey. She thought about every $10 bill, every coffee she skipped, every book she sold. Each one was a step on the path that led her to that magnificent view. It was a view she had earned, a view she had grown herself. Your story doesn't have to be about travel. Your dream might be starting a business, buying a home, going back to school, or simply having the financial freedom to not worry about an unexpected car repair. The dream itself is unique to you, but the principle is universal. Every dollar you save is a seed. It's easy to get discouraged. We see people online with seemingly endless resources, and we look at our own small paychecks and think, what's the point? The point is that you don't need a forest to start. You just need one seed. Your journey starts with $1. One conscious decision to pay your future self first. So, I challenge you today. What is one small seed you can plant for your future? Can you put aside $5 right now? Can you set up an automatic transfer of just $1 a day into a savings account? It feels small. It might even feel a little silly, but so does planting a tiny apple seed. Yet, within that seed is the blueprint for an entire orchard. Your future is a garden waiting to be planted. The life you dream of is not built on lottery wins or sudden windfalls. It's built on a foundation of small, consistent, and powerful choices. It's grown day by day, seed by seed. Start planting today. Nurture those seeds with patience and consistency. And one day, you will stand in the shade of the trees you grew yourself, enjoying the fruits of your labor. You will look back and be so grateful for the day you decided to plant that very first seed. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up. And consider subscribing for more stories to help you build a better future. What dream will you be planting seeds for? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Take care and start planting.